Hello everybody. Today I have a game against Elo, or 310, or 310S, or one of the many alt accounts that this person has on leaderboard. And I think it's a good opportunity to talk about the role of the mental state, for lack of a better term, in competitive stuff, and in a lot of similar video games in general. Because I kind of realized recently that I've been having a big problem with losing to specific people, and it's not like I don't know how to explain it. It feels a bit too cross to just say, oh, I lose to the more toxic people. I think it's more of I lose to people whose humor I don't really align with. But that's the thing with me and not with them in most cases. I didn't particularly have this problem against Elo. Like Elo has always been fairly chill. But what I wanted to test out in this set is there any merit to hiding your opponent's username and trying not to think about who you're playing? Or I guess another way to put it, can you like trick your brain into forgetting who you're playing against? And that kind of seemed to work here, maybe. It's pretty hard to tell, to be honest, because like I said before, I haven't really even played Elo that much. But my mental did definitely feel better throughout this set than it usually is, even playing just like the majority of players that I do fine enough against. But there is another reason I wanted to show off this game as well. And you will see it come turn 5. This was some crazy tech from Elo on this turn, by the way. I have these puffins, which deal damage to the back line. He puts a rat in the back, and in this case, because there's 2 strawberries here, the rat dies and then gives the kangaroo another trigger. It didn't end up actually mattering for this fight, but I thought it was such sick tech that I was just impressed, really. But anyway, we level up into Hawk. Interesting. And I decided it's better gold to just take this level, and I also get another berry for the puffin. And now I'm thinking, like, if there is a unit that benefits from puffin, say maybe peacock or something, then I want to kill that if possible. So I put a hawk in the back, but actually it ends up there's just a giraffe in the back. But then this ox is out of triggers. I hit the melon off of the ox with a hawk, and that's the reason I'm able to win this fight, because the pheasant is able to trade cleanly. But yeah, this was a set that also happened on stream. And my relationship with playing the game on stream has always been, like, kind of mixed. Like, sometimes I'll play better on stream, sometimes I'll play worse. But this just felt like one of the times where I was playing better. Especially in comparison to the other set that I had against Kataba, where I didn't try this out, and I definitely felt a lot worse during the set mentally. Anyway, level on turn 7 into Vulture and Pelican. None of those are particularly great. And I decide to do this because I get an extra gold from selling the puffin over the chihuahua. The hawk is level 2 and it kills the camel. But the vulture's not quite enough because Vulture kind of sucks in this board. I remember being very lost in this spot and not really feeling like I have a direction. Like, trying to go Vulture against this board feels very strange with, like, Garlic and Camel. I decided the Platypus is just gonna be good enough anyway, and I took this other Hawk. Which definitely feels like a reasonable take. There's not that much else I'm looking for. I can't get Starfish yet. I probably should have begetted the Hawk, the level 2 one, because I know I'm selling out of Vulture. But, I was very low on time in this spot. So we don't get that. Instead we get a Strawberry Mattering. Thank you, Pheasant, for the temporary strawberries that actually helped me draw that fight. And then I roll into a level 2 Hawk. I could have sold the Platypus first and kept the Vulture for a turn, but I decided I'd rather have the gold than the stupid Vulture. Because there are a lot of times that the Vulture actually helps my opponent. But the side effect of that is that I now have to keep a Beaver on board. So my turn 9 board is 2 level 2 Hawks, a Reindeer with a temporary Strawberry on it, and a 3/3 Beaver. It seems pretty good. I front both of the Hawks, because I'm assuming his board will change quite a bit. It certainly does. At this point, like, I mean, my board doesn't feel particularly strong, but I just cannot remotely explain this. And yeah, you'll notice here it says opponent. This is the thing I mentioned earlier. This is a setting if you go here into settings and privacy, and you can hide other usernames. I think it's supposed to be for, like, streamers in case an offensive name pops up or something like that. But it can also be used for bettering your mental if you are a player that struggles with mental like I am. But anyway, we killed everything because this board is a 3 squad with a level 2 Rhino on it. I sell the Beaver and now I'm going Shoebill. Because why the hell not? I just figured that I have the Strawberry Gem in shop and I need some stats on this Reindeer. Because it's basically the one thing stopping my entire board from getting wiped out by Rhino at this moment. I find the Starfish, so I finally have something to sell Pheasant for. And I just, like, I'm gonna have to, because I don't really have a consistent source of strawberries, I'm just gonna have to buff 2 separate level 2 Hawks. Unfortunately there was a single chili, so my entire board dies. But we get the 4/4 on Reindeer. I have this Pepper Frozen, which I think I end up regretting. Yeah, I unfreeze this now. But, like, it's turn 11. I could have taken the Ammonite, but I figured that there wasn't really a good way to have it and have it not get farmed by Rhino. So I sell this for Starfish value. I buy another Hawk. And then I buy this Baguette. So there was also a real Velociraptor in shop. I knew about the interaction of, like, for some reason, real Velociraptor Reindeer just works, even though the wording has been inconsistent for it. But for some reason I didn't go for it. I just went for Baguette instead to try and stop this Rhino from doing much. So now we have 3 Hawks. 2 of them are level 2. We're just sniping out most of his board here. We get rid of this chili, and then we pop melon, and at this point the Reindeer with the Starfish stats and the Shoebill stats is just big enough to trade everything. It's 2-2. I start buying celeries because I want things to survive the Rhino onslaught that, like, is basically the lose con for me. And then I can sell for Rubella. And even here, like, now I can definitely just say that this was wrong to not go for. I just went for more baguettes, even though it's probably not necessary, because, like, if Elo buys more melons here, they're just gonna get sniped out by Hawk anyway. Because, again, I have basically 5 of them. And that's kind of what happens here, but we do get the baguette back to break this melon at the very least. But I still don't think it mattered because of how much attack the reindeer had. At this point, some interesting things are happening. I'm still like trying to keep who I'm playing out of my head, and I'm thinking like, do I take the saber? You know, do I do a normal line? But I decide that number one, I want a mix up of some kind, so I want to replace the real Velo, and number two, could you imagine the mental effect on my opponent if I win with quadruple hawk? And I decide to just go for it. Because at this point, like, I was under the impression that I was completely lost this game. For some reason. I don't remember why, but I just thought that I was, like, dead lost. So I thought, you know, if I win this turn, it'll be amazing. Because I don't know, because then that like, this was early on in the set, this might affect quite a lot of how the rest of the set pans out. Start of battle, remove all equipment. So this baguette actually doesn't end up doing anything. The snake misses Hawk. And then it kills this Hawk anyway, but I don't think it really mattered because we have a level 2 reindeer, which the hot dog from before that I bought on 3 gold hit the reindeer, and that's relevant here because of this breakpoint, and we win. And I went on to win the set after this. I think this was game 3, and then I ended up winning the next 2 and got a 4-1. This is for Team Tour, by the way. I would have like posted more stuff about Team Tour in general, but this was like also the time where I was working on the the video that just came out with Troubadour and Metabrusque and Grounded and Kelby and Laban. And also I just have a lot of other like life stuff in general. But I wanted to at least get something out, and having this game happen on my stream was a perfect excuse to record something at the very least. But yeah, I don't think this set would have been, I don't want to say it was a blow up, but like I think the set would have been a lot more in Elo's favor had I not used this trick, which is pretty interesting. So it might be something that I do in the future. Anyways, that's about it. Have a wonderful day.